All right. This is how we act. Hi, this is Shaika, also known as Shy.
And this is Christine, also known as Schmo.
And we are Flawless.
Inspirational.
So today we have this beautiful guest. Her name is
Thank you.
You're welcome. Her name is Veronica. And go ahead and introduce yourself, Veronica.
I'm Veronica, and also known as Amazing Incredible Me.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Which will link her stuff on the bottom.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and tag her information below on Instagram and whatever other platforms that she's on. So today our topic of conversation is inspiration. What inspiration means to us as individuals, how important we feel it is to inspire people, the world, and honestly, I feel like it's fulfilling our purpose in a sense too. So we're going to kind of delve back into that. But we do want to open it up with having Veronica just speak about her business, Amazing Incredible Me, and let's hear more about her goals, aspirations, her purpose, etc.
Okay. This is my first time on video.
Yay!
So try not to be nervous.
You're fine. You're fine.
Okay, so there's something that for a few years now, I'm going to say 2 years, has been on my heart that I've been putting away or just not paying attention to. And finally I was just like, I just got to get this done. I just wanted to create a platform, an organization, a lifestyle brand that told the stories of women and what we go through, because it's something that I didn't see on my everyday social media. I didn't see. I saw people sharing, their individual stories and their lives, which is awesome. But I just wanted more of like, we all have something to say. We all have something we want to express, even though we don't want to share it, publicly. But I just feel like we're all special in some sort of way, and I just wanted to highlight that. I wanted to create something because I know so many people, but women in general. All the women that I've come across my whole life have been awesome and amazing and incredible, and that just stood out to me, and I just wanted to put that out there, and that's why I created my organization, and I hope to build more on it as time comes, as the years flow, hopefully.
I love it. I love it. Now, what caused you to choose that name specifically? I love that.
I have no idea.
I love it though.
Honestly, I was thinking about it. A few weeks ago. I was just like, you know what? It's crazy because I did fashion. I still do fashion. I design. I do technical design work. And I'm gonna say, oh my gosh, maybe like in my third year of college. You have to create presentations and little projects. And one of the projects was like, create like logos for like
I had to do that too.
for anything. And one of the logos was AIM. And that word always stood out to me, like aim for what you want, aim for better, aim. And it was just something back then, and I always had it.
And that's the acronym.
And then as all this came, like, coming out, I was just like, AIM. I always wanted that. And then I was like, I wanted to be like a play with words.
I love it.
And that's
awesome.
how it just came to be. It was
nothing specific
I
other than
focused
that.
on. It was just something that was always there. I guess
Pretty
I just
awesome
tapped
how it
into
came to you and
I
how
know.
it was meaningful so long
And
ago.
if you really think about it, like AIM, you're aiming
To inspire.
Yeah.
You're aiming towards individuals.
And it goes with
aiming towards change.
anything. It goes to anything.
And
every day you must aim towards something.
Right.
Yeah.
And you're amazing
Be a better
in
person.
Yes.
Aim to I don't know,
Right.
get dinner done.
Right,
simple
right.
things, but
Yeah.
every day as a human you're aiming towards something. You
Yeah.
should be.
Yeah.
You should be.
Absolutely. Not everybody
That's
necessarily
awesome.
will, but
I
you
love
should.
that.
Absolutely. I love it. I love that. That's amazing. Actually, I love I don't know. It actually is holding with me because I've seen the acronym on your social media platform, and I never really looked at it from that position. So you explaining it kind of broadens my perspective.
Yeah.
So I like that a lot.
Me too.
Absolutely.
It's just so hard when you have things in your mind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like they work with you, but when you have to like that express it and explain to people, I'm like, oh, okay. See, that's eye-opening that you just said that.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. See,
Yeah.
because I noticed it, but I really didn't. After I saw you put amazing, incredible me, I'm like, okay, well, I see that she's playing on those words, but when you when you actually literally mention and like this is why and that word, and it's like, wow, like it's like a target. You're targeting certain people who you need to inspire, or you are even inspired by, right?
Yeah, and
dope.
that's one of the reasons I'm inspired by all these women that I've come across my whole life.
I love it.
Everyone has played a part into just my own thinking, or who you become, who you become in the future.
Absolutely.
Why you are the person you are, because every single person you meet
Has an
gives you a
influence.
lesson, or
Absolutely.
has somewhat of an influence, and
Mhm.
makes you a better person.
Absolutely. No,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And I love, like I said, I love how it came to you so long ago. It's pretty amazing how God will put something for you,
Yes.
and
correct.
it might not
Yeah.
be, you might not think about what it means at that moment, but it
Mhm.
stays with you. And look at how many years it comes to
when
fruition.
it comes to fruition,
Yeah.
right? That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Awesome stuff. So, do you want to share like your vision and goals regarding your inspiration, like inspiring while we're here on our platform, Christine?
So I just really want to give a voice or inspire people to just know to never give up. And I know everyone has a story, and I know from you and I, like, we're living examples of, like, we are the definition of what happens to us, right, in our past. But we don't necessarily have to stay there. We can, I think from my upbringing and what I've been through in life, not just from my upbringing, but what I've been through in life, it was for a reason. And now I want to inspire. You know, I was a teenage mother at 16, and I've gone through relationships where I shouldn't have been in them, and I know how important it is to love yourself. So I just have so much to say, especially to women and men too, because there's men that don't love themselves and they're in relationships that shouldn't be. And I just have such a desire to inspire, to show people you gotta love yourself before you even love somebody else. And it's like an overwhelming desire. It's like something inside of me has been inside of me forever and ever.
It has. It honestly has. Ever since I've known you've been like that. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so that my intent is just to, when girls especially inbox me on Facebook and they're like, thank you, and strangers will send me friend requests and like they'll say thank you, and that's all that matters. Like,
Yeah,
that's
you're
all that
touching
matters.
somebody, right?
And that like literally like touches my soul.
Yes.
Yes,
And
yeah.
that's what it's about.
It is, yeah. Like for me personally, I've always been a positive person and someone that's always willing, like wanting to uplift people. And I know everybody doesn't gravitate towards that, unfortunately. Like people unfortunately gravitate towards negativity more versus like inspiration, you know. And I feel like in like now though, it's kind of people are focusing more on the inspiration.
Yes.
More on positivity, more on self-love, self-awareness. So I feel like I've always definitely, like, if anybody that knows me knows that I'm the type of person that I will, if I see greatness in you, I'm going to push you. Whether you like it or not, I'm going to push you to do better. And a lot of people, I think my approach sometimes is probably not the best. It always, because it depends on, I have to realize that everybody is motivated differently. Versus like how I'm motivated is by like when people criticize me, that honestly motivates me, you know. You know, and I think that, but that's just me though, you know. And I have to understand that everybody is not built that way, so I have to learn. But I am a hard person, and I just want everybody to be great. Like I want everybody to live their best life, have everything that they see fit for themselves. not what I see fit for them, but what they see fit for themselves. Just be happy, start somewhere to change, to go against the grain and do something different. We're so consumed with doing the same thing over and over again, and then you're stuck. And I definitely have low tolerance for nonsense. Like, if you're gonna complain about the same thing over and over again, I really am not going to be sympathetic after a while, because it's like you're not doing anything to change it. If you really want to change something, you have it within yourself, and you have to empower yourself enough. You have to be tired enough to just want to change it. And granted, that might have been a little bit easier for me, just because of whatever I've been through in life has caused me to kind of just push. And I know those reasons, and I'll share that at a later time. But like, people have to just know that you are important. Like, what you want is important, right? Like, why should you keep putting things off? You're worth it. Like, yes, everybody's scared to start somewhere. It's hard for me to just get up and talk to people, but I do it anyways, So you just have to go against the grain and do things differently. And I think that, you don't want to do yourself a disservice by not living your full potential. Like, we have so much greatness out here, but there's so much people that are just willing to throw it away for what?
That's it. It's hard. Some people are just afraid and used to just being that way.
Yeah, they're content.
Just
I don't know if they're being content.
To step out of their shell, or sometimes it's now with that mental health thing, people have depression.
That's true.
Hard, and it takes like. I don't want to say like people like us, but yeah, sometimes it takes an understanding person to push that out of you, to be supportive.
Yeah.
And like you said, it does get annoying after a while when somebody's not changing, not moving.
But you have to have some patience, and that's what I have to learn, patience.
Yeah. But let me just say, I always try to come in and save the day with Shaika here. But Shaika comes from a very genuine place, and I've said this plenty of times on our videos, because Shy does have a way of delivering some stuff, but like I've always told Shy, she's very passionate and she's very genuine. So like maybe her delivery might be a little harsh, but it's not because she's mean, but she's very passionate. So if she's like, because she's very passionate and she sees the greatness in you, and it only comes from passion because she loves you. And I think that's beautiful, Shy.
Yeah,
like
you.
When Shy comes to me, she's like, well, what's going on with Schmo alert? And I'm like, oh. But it's not that she's trying to be a pain. I don't take it as her trying to be a pain.
No.
She's like, come on, let's go, Like, I appreciate it. I might get upset with myself, but never with you, Shy. But keep being you. Like,
yeah. I mean, I think that the way that I used to be, I used to always think that there was something wrong with me, that I was very hard. And I was hard for a lot of reasons. There's a lot of reasons why I was very hard.
Like that too.
You know what I mean?
I could be critical, very...
Yes.
What they've done, like that.
Yes.
Get going.
Yes.
Because that's who you are. And sometimes me as a person, I feel to see that people aren't like that. People aren't like you.
Yes.
You just have patience. More understanding. It's hard.
It's hard, but
like you said earlier, as long as you come from a person with true intent.
Yes.
And you're genuine.
Exactly.
I hope that the other person would see that.
That's what I'm saying.
When some people, I always heard people say, "Oh, I don't get a good vibe from that person," or things like that. When you just know something's not right, then whenever things that come out of that person's mouth, you're just like, "Oh, okay." See, then you take it negative or
positive.
But if you're a person with a good heart and like good intent, then I hope it doesn't come out wrong.
Right,
or
exactly.
Doesn't take it wrong. Whatever you have to say.
Right.
And if they do, God forbid, take it wrong, at least you know what your intent is. And I think if you always strive to come with the intentions of being genuine and good, then you've done your part.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, like the people that I am like that towards is people close to me, to be honest. You know, and I am a very nice person. I'm social. Like people, I don't have negative feedback on people just in general. But I'm conscious of how I am. You know? But the thing is like you have to know my heart. Like look at my heart. Focus on my heart. Don't listen to my words. My heart. Because there's like, for instance, I just got into a little disagreement with one of my siblings or whatever, and it's just like at the end of the day, my heart. You know what I mean? I'm not saying anything to bring you down. I'm not the type of person that's gonna, if you need help with anything, I'm always there. You know, whenever you need something, I'm always supportive. So look at my heart. Stop worrying about what the words. But then again, too, I gotta realize sometimes I can't even get into my feelings if the person takes like if we have a disagreement and they take it to heart, because that's them pushing their own feelings onto me. And in the past, I would think that there's something wrong with me, that I'm the one that have to change my delivery, and I gotta change this and I gotta change that, and oh my God, I'm so messed up. But then I have to really think about it, like, no, that's almost manipulation to make me feel like there's something wrong with me. You know, like it's like something basic, like, well, if I give you feedback, then if you don't like the feedback, it's like, especially if I'm including myself in the situation, why would you take it as me just coming at you? Like, so you're picking and choosing what you want to get upset with. Like, it's not, like, I can't put that on myself, if that makes sense. You know, like, if I say something to you and I know that I'm trying to deliver it as delicately as I can, knowing how you are, and if you still don't receive it in the way that I intended, then I have to just know that that can't be on me. You know what I mean? Because it's like, how much of myself do I have to continue to change? Meanwhile, I've never asked you to change. I've never, because I know your intention. Yes, you do things in a certain way, but I would never say that you're a negative person or you're this or that. I won't come at your character, because at the end of the day, I know that you're a great person. You know what I mean? So it does hurt when people have that are close to me. You know, if it's people that's giving me that feedback that's not close to me, I don't care. But it hurts when people come at me that way, and you know my heart, and you really know at the end of the day that I'm not that a negative person. So why would you take it that way, as if I came at you that way, if that makes sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tough situation, but at the end of the day, people can only meet you where they can meet you, and you just do your best to give. Like before, I think that the problem is with me now, though, to be honest, like I have been always an honest person, but people, like especially my siblings, I was never truthful. I would never, if they did things wrong, I wouldn't say anything. A fear of, if I tell them the truth, that they're gonna feel some type of way. And it's just like, you know what, Shaika, that's a disservice. She actually taught me that, like you're gonna keep going through the same thing if you don't really just straight up just tell people exactly how you feel. Like I do to a certain extent, but it's like when I'm worked up and then it comes out, you know, which is the wrong time.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm gonna say sometimes I don't like conflict, direct, but like you just said, it's a disservice. You have to express how you feel, say what you gotta say, as long as it comes out in the most positive way. Like you said, you don't mean it in a bad way. Yeah. But me personally, sometimes I'm like, I just rather avoid conflict.
I think that's
and
what
I have too much.
You suppress
the
too
word.
much. Like
Sometimes I'm just like, oh my gosh, just you know what? Don't worry. I don't want to say it's gonna go away. But maybe that person will figure it out, or maybe they'll get it, or maybe, and sometimes they won't.
They won't
unless you bring it to light.
Exactly.
Like, you know,
like how do you
feel.
correct yourself if you don't tell me?
Exactly.
You know?
But I'm the type of person, I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fine. I don't have to like worry or stress out. That's their problem, not mine.
Yeah.
But if it's something that weighs on your heart a lot, you have to say it.
Exactly.
I agree.
Yes, exactly. And I think that for me personally, I think sometimes I take on problems that are not my own, and then it's like you want to help, but then it's like how much, it's like I have to learn balance and not going too far, right? You know, like too far, you got to learn balance when it comes to certain things. But yeah, it is what it is. People just, I mean, I like that I'm just being 100, and it is what it is.
Like you said, people can accept it.
No, you know, sometimes people don't want to accept how they are, you know. But the thing is that with me, the difference with me and someone else is that I'll acknowledge how I am. But what you're not going to say is, like, what I'm not going to accept is if you're coming at my character. And if I know I'm not like that, I'm not going to accept it. But it's just like,
in a way, sometimes I feel like people are entitled to their feelings too. Like,
that's fair.
You can't make them change how they see something or how they feel.
That's fair.
Like you said, like if you feel like you're being attacked, you're like, but that's not how I am. But at the end of the day, you have to take a step back and just be like, that's how they feel. And maybe you have to understand that that's how they feel. Like you said, I don't want to think too much of, did I do something wrong? Did I not? But it's just kind of natural when you have a conversation with somebody
Yeah.
and they're telling you,
How they
I'm
feel,
upset because X, Y, Z, and then you're like, oh, all right, but I didn't mean it that way, and did it come off that way?
Yeah.
You know.
See the yes. I
But
always
yeah,
think
you
that.
are making a point though, because sometimes, yeah, because I'm acknowledging to you these are my feelings, and even though it wasn't your intent, these are my feelings. So that makes sense. Yeah.
But I think that the explanation helps.
Yeah.
Like if the person was gonna at least give me the time to give me that proper
Agreed.
explanation.
Yeah.
You know, excuses and explanations are two different things.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You know, so in the scenario that I'm talking about, for me personally.
Well, yeah. I'm saying not in your scenario, what she was talking about. I'm just saying in general.
In general,
yeah.
though, we do have to acknowledge, because when somebody hurts you or does something to you which you might not feel is warranted, people have to acknowledge it. To your point. And I think that sometimes, a lot of times we don't. We're like, and then we always getting feedback from everybody else, but the person that you had the problem with. No, talk to them and have a conversation as to why. I think we've even went through that. Like, you know, I've said certain things, and then you don't say nothing initially, then we'll revisit it. Because I think, like, that's sometimes the best time. Not in the moment when you're kind of hyped up, but, like, table it for a little bit, and then revisit it. Right? Like, okay, we talked about this, and then I'll ask the questions, okay, why did you feel this way? And then you're like, oh, well, you come off like this, and I'm like, oh, shit, I do that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because I don't like conflict either, like you.
No, she is very much like that.
Yeah.
But me, I'm the type of person that I'm like,
you
I like
to
the
talk about it. You
I like
to
the
know,
challenge of it. But I think that's some.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
But sometimes I'm like, it's not. I don't want to say conflict is negative.
No. Yeah.
But some people can see that. Like conflict is like, oh, we're just gonna go head up and we're gonna.
No, not at all. I just don't want
to like you sit down and just tell me like that's what I'm trying to do with my kid, and that's what I was saying earlier. Like maybe it's too much. Just like tell me how you feel.
Yeah.
What's going on? Like, or if something's bothering you, let me know.
Yeah.
Like that sitting down with somebody that can be conflict.
Yes.
But
like
that's so
I'm trying to say, like, it's not so negative. Like I don't want it to come off so negative.
Yeah.
Like, let's just sit down and have a talk.
And
then if things escalate, and you know, and the voices and the actions get louder, then somebody has to step back and be like, "This is not working."
Right.
And we, like you said, table it, come back to it, or. I never understood that saying agree to disagree.
Yeah.
But now I'm just like,
no, there's
if it's nothing's getting accomplished, then you have to disagree.
And then I've definitely learned more recently than ever. You just have to agree to disagree because at the end of the day, everything is not. We're all different, and everything is not set the way you expect it to be. Like I think that I've learned that more than anything in the past year. Like my way is not the right way, and I have a problem.
I've had a hard time.
But I
have my husband to thank for that. He's like, you want everything.
My husband says the same thing. Yeah,
in control.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is this hard?
Yeah,
it's hard to how you say loosen the reins, or especially when you have a kid too. You're like, I want you to be this way and do it. But I don't want to come off so overpowering.
No, because our job, if you really think about it, our job is to raise them to be the best that they can be, but they're going to be who they are going to be. Like, it's not your job to tell them who they're going to be.
Yeah,
exactly.
And I think that us as parents, we don't acknowledge that at all. Unfortunately, we're probably more so acknowledging now.
Yeah.
But it's based on how we were raised, though. Unfortunately, like at the end of the day, we were taught to act. Our kids, like for me personally, I had to shut up and not say anything to anybody. I didn't have an opinion. No, shut up. I don't want to hear it. You don't have nothing to say. No value to add. Kids, you're in the room with adults. Exit left. Like that's how we were raised. We couldn't be in surroundings of older folk. We just couldn't. And you know, to me, that's a disservice because of the fact that that's what brings out insecurities. Then you end up being controlling. Like for me personally, because I couldn't control so much as a child, that's why I'm controlling. Because I can control. Because now I have exactly like no one can tell me that I'm not gonna have this and I can't have that, and they're not gonna discipline. You know, whatever. I am doing it on myself, and it's like almost like a trust thing. Like you don't trust people that they'll come through for you. For me personally. Yeah. I mean, you know, so it's like I realize that, but it's like other things that have to do with that too. You know what I mean? Based on my upbringing, but my husband's like nothing's ever enough, and I'm like, yeah. So we have a lot of commonalities. Yeah, you know.
But it's also, I guess it's like people say now the generation. Like I I have older parents, not old, but old school parents, and then we have those old school values, and then now the kids are getting, parents are getting younger, and those values aren't being moved forward.
Yeah. That's fair.
Or like you said, that's how people parented back then. Now we're more open, but now there's that like thin line where it's a little bit too much.
I agree.
Kids aren't being respectful or not. So it's just this parenting thing is like a huge like it's a huge eye opener. I must say.
Yeah, yes.
It brings out the best and the worst in you, and then you're just like, what's going on? But it's natural. It's normal, but it's hard.
It is.
I wouldn't I know from me just raising Jonathan, it's gonna sound so funny, but I don't overthink it, right? Because I know that I probably overthink it now with Jay, but I just was just raising Jonathan, and I never overthought it. Like I never overthought it. Like I just did it. Yeah. Overthought it. Is that a word?
Overthink.
I don't know. I don't know, guys. Don't judge me. But yeah, like I just raised him, and with Jay, like I do overthink it, but with John, I just did it. If that makes sense. I think we should just live in the moment, because with John, I was just being his mother, and he turned out great. So I think, don't get on ourselves so much and just be the best we can. Like, do what we need to do and know that we're going to do everything that we can, which I know you both are. So that's just important,
Yes. It's just hard to get caught up sometimes.
Yeah, it is. It's just natural. Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
you do.
You have these expectations. Yeah. It's like, no, I didn't raise you to be this way.
Yeah, and nothing's perfect. And they're going to do things that are going to piss you off, and you're going to be like, I didn't raise you like that. But yeah.
And it doesn't mean that you did a bad job.
It doesn't mean it. It just means that they're just being a child. Because I got pregnant at 16. My parents didn't teach me to get pregnant at 16. They were great when I was young. You know what I'm saying? But I got pregnant at 16.
Yeah.
So, like, I can imagine how they felt, Like, no, she did not just get knocked up at 16. Like, what the hell?
Everybody has their challenges or whatever.
Yeah.
So is there anything more that you want to share specifically as to why you Amazing Incredible Me is basically a business, right? Like you're a business that you're forming to inspire. It started off with women, so you did share that. But what else brought this on for you?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was saying, because as soon as I became a mother, there were so many changes. But at that point in my life, there was more that added on top of that. Because I was always focused on what I did, on my career. So, like, I went to school, I went to Buller Havens for fashion. I did that for 4 years. And then I went to college for fashion for 4 years. And then I worked in the industry for so many years. And that became my identity. You see what I'm saying? It was just like, that was my career, that what I was driven, that's what I did every day. It was my passion, blah, blah, blah. And that's all I ever knew, because that's all I ever worked for my whole life.
Wow.
And then I got married, which is fine, I get married, but I still was doing my career, my thing.
Yes.
And then that's when life started changing, because when you get married, you're also thinking about the other person. You have to think about the other person, but because I was always motivated on myself and what I want and what I'm supposed to do, and this is my career and it's number one, and then the changes come along.
Yes.
And then, that's when your train of thought or your mind opens up, and you have to start thinking and moving in different ways, because now you have somebody else.
Yeah.
Yes.
That is in the picture that you have to think of.
Yes.
Which he did help me, like, what's the word? Like, bring you back down to, like, this is life. Like, it's us now. Like, it's not always just you working so many hours in the industry, coming home late. And I would come home late and work more.
Wow.
And, when I saw that life, wasn't being so meaningful, because I was just always consumed with work. But that's how it is in the industry, in my industry.
It is.
That's how it is. There's no ways around that. But then little by little, I'm like, and there's more to life. Like, I was missing out on, like, times with family, times with him, family parties, tons of stuff, because I focused so much on work. And then I got pregnant, and then I'm like, what am I gonna do? I can't keep working in New York like this with my baby and coming home late, and then things just start changing. And then it's 2 years now that I came back, I moved away to Virginia Beach.
Oh.
So that was like major. I had to give up my family, my life, my career to leave because my husband had gotten a better job.
Yes.
And it made sense.
Wow.
And that term where like, what's the term where you're like pushed back in a corner?
Yes.
I had nowhere to go.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a planner. That's how I've always been my whole life.
Yes.
I'm a planner. I plan everything out.
I can see
How I
that.
want it,
Yeah.
how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
When I was in that position
Pinch,
where
yeah.
it pinched, I was just like, then I gotta let go. Let go of what I've always known and move into the unknown. But that's huge. I was moving away where like I didn't know anybody. Like his parents, lived down there, but I didn't have my friends. I didn't have my family. I didn't have nothing. All I was us three. It was just us three going down there. So it was just, and then you come from me, work, always busy. Now I'm a stay-at-home mom. Now I'm focused on my baby, which I've always wanted.
That's amazing. Yes.
Like even though I've always had career in my head and in my heart all the time,
you knew.
But I always knew that if I was to ever have a family, I want to devote that time to my child.
I love it.
And it's crazy how it came about, and it was just under so much chaos.
Yeah.
But that's where I was.
Yeah.
I love it.
But then being home, just with a baby,
Yeah.
and then you find yourself like,
what else am I gonna do?
Yeah.
And then that whole controlling thing comes
in.
skyrockets.
Oh, wow.
I was always controlling my life, my ways, and now I'm in the house. So now I want everything done my way.
Yeah.
I want everything cleaned my way. I want everything. That's how I was, and it was an eye opener.
Tough transition.
Yeah, and then but then on top of that, it's also isolating. I have no friends. I had nobody down there to like, oh, I'm gonna go over their house.
Yes.
But then I started putting myself out there. I found like mom groups, and I met a group of women that were awesome. That like, I don't want to say took me in, but like we did like play dates and they were so open and genuine and sweet, and it just helped the process.
Love it.
And then we came back. My husband more. He's like, I just miss Connecticut. How things are for us up there. Life in the South is different. It's beautiful. The people are. It's true that Southern hospitality is so nice.
Yeah.
But we're just so used to like our ways up here.
City.
City. I don't want to say the gritty.
Yeah.
I didn't miss it.
I know.
I didn't miss it because I worked in New York
Yeah.
all my life.
Yeah.
You work with like those hardcore grimy people.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, nice people, this exists.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then you come back and I'm like, oh.
Here we go.
I'm like, people ain't got no smiles.
I know, you can't say hi.
Good morning. And then it's like,
They'll give you the side eye, like, why are you talking to me? Do I know you? It's like, I'm just being polite.
But that also brought to light that you're so isolated as a mom, or like just. And I wanted to like, I know I'm not the only one feeling like this. I know I'm not the one that. We're human. We want connection.
Yes.
We want love. And when you're not getting it, or you just then you start looking within. Like, oh, what am I supposed? And then that too. Like I had my career so much, and I'm like, I feel like there's something more. There has to be something more to life than just being a mom, just being a wife, or just working day by day. There has to be something more. And like I said earlier, like God put something on your heart, and it's been sitting there. And then, like, I think you said something before that if you don't let it out, like you said, you want to inspire and it makes you feel good, but it starts, I don't want to say eating at you, but it's just sitting there. And you every day you're like,
it just gets louder and louder, like
louder.
in your soul.
And
Like,
you've
it's
always said
crazy.
Yes. And that's what happened. I'm like, something's not right. I don't feel right. I just got to do it. And I'm always like, if you get it done and you get it done the best that you can, and it still doesn't work, don't be hard on yourself because you did your best.
At least you tried it to know.
At least you tried. That's always been like my little mantra. You just try, and if it don't work, it don't work. You try something else.
I love it.
Move forward.
Yeah,
Positive.
Exactly.
And if things don't work out, that's alright. There's always another way around it. That's what I try to teach my kid. Oh, it's not working. We'll figure it out. There's a solution to every problem.
There you
Just
go.
gotta keep moving.
Absolutely. That's amazing. I love your story. It's really, really good and eye-opener, and a lot of women can relate to it. You know, a lot of women. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
I think
I
I'm
was finding on Instagram, like, there's so many moms, and then there's also just regular women, back to, like, what you thought when you were younger. Like, the person you are now, you're not the person you were when you were younger. So it's like everybody moves different, and everybody has different goals and different dreams, and I just wanted to tap into that.
Yes, I
Like,
love it.
everybody has a reason for being here. We all do, even though we don't know it,
Yeah.
and you don't tap into it.
Yeah.
But we all have something. We're all
Absolutely.
We all do.
We're all,
Absolutely.
like I said, special, and
Yeah.
we just have to bring that out in people.
Or some of us
Exactly.
ignore it until it just eats us alive. And then we're like, we're ready, world, we're ready.
Yes.
We're not ready. I wasn't ready. I was just like, let me just do something real quick.
But you did
and
it
get
though.
out there,
Yeah, you
and
did
let's
it though,
see
which is
how it goes.
awesome.
Yeah, I wasn't ready.
Amazing.
Because I said I like to plan things.
Yeah.
And I think I was just so focused on, I don't think it's going to work like this. Should I do it like this? Just so much overthinking.
Yeah, because we do
overthink. Just do
overthink.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta put yourself out there. It may not be perfect that first time, but at least you did it.
Yeah.
And then it's like trial and error. You do it.
It is,
you find better ways of doing it. You find different paths. But I think that's the problem. I think that what keeps a lot of people stagnant is that they always think about the roadblocks.
They always overthink too, because I had presented the whole flawless inspiration thing to Shy like a year before we did it.
Mm-hmm.
Then a year goes by, but then you get caught up with just the everyday.
Everything, yeah.
And all the issues or whatever comes at you.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get
put
caught
it-
up with the fear.
Or you put it in the back.
Yeah, you
That's
put
what
it
it
in the
was
back,
more so,
you
the
get
fear,
caught
yeah.
up with the fear, you're just like, oh my god, and the overthinking.
Yeah, and for me personally, it's like I always wanted to be inspiring, but I thought it was like corny. Like, oh my god, they're gonna think that I'm so corny. And it's like now, like, who cares? Like, whatever. People are gonna. We're not gonna always touch everyone, right? You know, but the ones that are gonna gravitate towards you, as I always say, is gonna gravitate towards you.
And those are the ones that you're supposed to heal.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
You're not gonna heal. You're
Because
not here
everyone
to
is
heal
not going to
everybody.
be open to healing. Because
No.
they're not in that.
They're not ready for it. They're not the
Exactly.
space for it, right?
Yeah, you do have to be open.
Mm-hmm.
You do, and some people aren't open. But some people might hear it and be open later, which is a good thing too.
That's fair.
You know?
They might
So
remember
they
those
might
words.
hear, exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share?
And you know, as time goes, I hope things will grow and get better.
It
And
will.
Like I told you before, I just put it all in God's hands.
That's
So
all.
whatever He brings,
Yeah.
I'm
And you
just
got to
go with it.
Yeah, you got to
Yes.
speak it because you
I'm
know
just
our
gonna
tongue
go
has
with it.
power.
Continue to speak into existence, girlfriend. You got this. But I
Mhm.
thank you so much for sharing your time with us.
Yes.
Thank you for
thank
having me.
you.
Thank you for
Thank
inviting
you.
me.
Thank
I'm
you.
so honored and grateful.
She's so
Thank
awesome,
you,
guys.
Yes. So amazing, incredible me. You can find her on Instagram. Like we said, we're gonna go ahead and tag her information below so you can get to her directly. And she is awesomely inspiring, and we just are in deep gratitude to have her here with us.
Likewise. Thank
you.
you. guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh.
And peace, love, and blessings. Bye.